What's going on, guys? Welcome to another episode with your boy Phrankleen. Right. So this one is an interesting topic, but it's going to be brief and just straight to the point. There's been a landmark High Court ruling here in the UK, which says the UK's £1,012 child citizenship fee is deemed unlawful. So the court found, massive evidence that, the fees, which is over £1,000, stops many children, registering for citizenship. In the landmark judgment, the High Court has found that the Home Office, for those of you who are not based in the UK, basically is the UK border force, right? Home Office is £1,012 child citizenship fee is unlawful. The fee has been described as shameless profiteering by Amnesty International. So the current fee affects tens of thousands of children in the UK. So the project for the registration of children as British citizens were the ones who brought the case. Along with two children affected by the high fees, estimates there to be about 120,000 children in the UK without British citizenship, approximately 65,000 of whom were born here. In 2018, more than 40,000 children applied to be registered as British citizens. So before I crack on, in a nutshell, what this is saying is, based on the status of parents, mothers particularly at the time of the birth of the children. So for example, the mother might have not been a permanent resident or something at the time, so usually there's a requirement that before the said children can become British citizens, they may have of course they will have birth certificates because they were born here. You would then have to register them as British first before you can then apply to they can then become British citizens. So that process in itself, over the years, there was a time when it used to be £500 and it went up and up, and it pushed it up to £1,012. And like I always say, the average family, the average household will find it absolutely difficult and impossible to pay that huge amount of money for application fee. So imagine if you got two children, and that means that's over £2,000 that you have to set aside for the Home Office in just application fees. So people don't have this disposable incomes after paying their bills and whatnot. So here is what's interesting. So according to the Home Office, the actual cost of processing a child citizenship application is just £372, right? So the department makes a profit of £640 on the registration of each child per application. So this surplus is used to fund other parts of the Home Office, immigration work. This is what they claim. But the catastrophic, revelation is they basically are fleecing people, particularly immigrants. Imagine if you have to pay that amount of money, and basically the state is making a profit of £640 off your registration of your child for British citizenship. So which is breaking people's backs. So the court found a mass of evidence showing that the fee prevented many children from registering for British citizenship, leaving them feeling alienated, excluded, second best, insecure, which I agree with, and not fully assimilated into the culture and social fabric of the UK. So what that means is when parents can't afford, particularly immigrant parents can't afford, to pay this humongous fees, so the children will in fact be trapped in the system. That in itself is another pathway of poverty. Those children end up not being able to travel, not being able to move through the system. It gets to a point when they need perhaps to show their passports, and if they don't have one, just because they can't go through that process. And bear in mind, the Home Office is notorious for moving up these fees most times every year they move the fees up. So it's sort of like a poverty entrapment. So in a nutshell, it's been ruled unlawful by the court, which is a fantastic news. There isn't any indication that they intend to appeal or do anything, because there's been massive evidences that's been brought across, particularly with the involvement of the Amnesty International. So we'll see. There's a likelihood that the fees will be adjusted, hopefully in the new year. So we'll see what the fees will be reduced to, because they definitely will have to be reduced. Because they've been found wanting, they've been found to have failed, they've been found to be fleecing the public. So that's me done. It's your boy Phrankleen. If you like what I'm about, give us a like button, hit the subscribe button, smash that subscribe button, show your love, man. Share this video with your friends and families, and let's keep the conversation going on below. And in fact, in a nutshell, before I close off, I think anyone else who's aware of the Home Office fees would agree that all Home Office fees, particularly towards the immigrants, when you're trying to adjust your status or your visas, they are unbelievably expensive. People pay through, go through all sorts to pay these fees for indefinite leave to remain, for tier 2, whatever type visas. The fees are too high. They blow them up every year. They pretty much make money. And I've said it before, they don't care. They only cater to their own pockets. That's me done. It's your boy Phrankleen. Thank you for watching. Keep the conversation going on below, and I'll definitely catch you in the next one. Peace and love. Bye now.